In November of 2023, the Swell Pod took a 10-day journey across 5 states, traveling 3,580 miles with one challenge in mind.
And that challenge was to interview 100 pleasantly rebellious humans to uncover deep truths about what it takes to create something that has never existed before, challenge the status quo, maybe even change the world.
This is the Kiln Road Trip, created and produced by the Swell Pod.
In partnership with Kiln, Moterra Camper Vans, and sponsored by Torres.
I'm Spencer McKeown.
And I'm Josh Taylor, and together we're the co-hosts of the Swell Pod and your guides on the Kiln Road Trip. Follow along on the journey.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, follow the Swell Pod on social media, and subscribe to your YouTube channel at, you guessed it, the Swell Pod.
This is interview 82 of the Kiln Road Trip, and today we're at a pit stop in Northern California on our journey from Portland, Oregon to Southern California. In this episode, we had a chat with Samual Torres. Samuel is a nut farmer, and we ran into him at this pit stop just at a stand off of the freeway. We got to talking to him, bought some nuts, and honestly, we're so glad that he agreed to be on our podcast. It was a great conversation. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you enjoy. Hey Samuel, thank you for joining us on the Swell Pod. So we're on a journey. It's called the Kiln Road Trip, where we're visiting 5 different states, trying to interview 100 different entrepreneurs, creatives, innovators, and you're going to be one of the 100. And
part of this.
Yeah, for sure. We just came off the side of the road, and Spencer, asked you a couple questions, and we thought you'd be a great interview. So,
well, do you know, we stopped at some orange orchards, but then we realized they weren't oranges; they were nuts.
Oh, they were nuts.
And they were probably yours. I don't know. And so we had picked up 3, and we were just kind of playing with them in the car, chatting about that, weren't we? And then we saw chocolate nuts, and we're like, hang on, let's go chat to this guy, because maybe you can explain a little bit about your business and I don't know how you do it. I don't think I've ever seen a nut tree ever in my life.
well, we just saw one.
No, today, yes, but like growing up, we don't have nut trees in England.
They don't grow nuts in England? Nut trees?
I don't think so.
So tell us a little bit about your business, who you are, and how this started.
Well, my name is Samuel Torres, and my dad started this business 22 years ago. He started selling oranges in the corner of Walmart. And it was amazing how he started there, and then one day he got sick. And the next day, some guy took over his spot. So that's when he started looking for locations. So he found this location here. And this is what started all. He started this one maybe 22 years ago. He started this one, and it did good. It did good, yeah. 22 years ago, yeah. And then little by little, he bought a land here. One of his friends sold him a land real cheap land with a warehouse. And he started growing pistachios, almonds, peaches, plums. And little by little, as time passed by, the tree started producing. In the warehouse, he used it to process all the nuts, do a lot of flavors.
This is
He started opening more. Little by little, he started opening more stores in different highways. Yeah.
That's incredible. So how many stores do you currently have right now? How many?
8 stores. 8 food stands. Yeah.
8 stores. That's incredible.
So when he started, when he was selling at Walmart, was that just he'd grown those, or was he buying them?
No, he actually bought this.
So he bought them to sell.
He came from Central America with no money.
So he started.
He started from nothing.
Nothing.
Started from nothing.
And maybe he would make. How much money might he make on like that?
Well, he would pay for the bin. He would go get the bin of oranges in Fresno. He would go every morning, 3 a.m, go get the bin and come back, buy the bags and bag them himself. And sometimes in the rain, he was just there in the rain. People felt bad for him, so yeah, it's tough. Yeah, but he had to, do it, somehow.
Did you?
Struggled a lot, but.
So as you were growing up and you saw that, did you know that you were gonna you always just were helping out, and you were always it was a family business, and you're gonna continue to build it?
I was gonna take over. Yeah. So I love it. I love farm. A lot of work though, but it's amazing how you see all the fruit trees, produce fruit. How you plant something, little by little you see it grow, and then you produce, that's fruitful.
Is that what you love?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
The fact that you can go from nothing, like a seed, to.
And then comes, you see all the fruits.
Wow. How many trees? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How many trees do you have now? Like,
maybe like 10,000 trees. We had more, but some orchards we had to get rid of. We planted avocados here. We started growing, but I guess they don't do well here in the winter. Sometimes the freeze gets too low and then they burn.
Right.
Yeah, so
inventory's tough every day when you count those
Yeah.
those trees.
So from oranges at Walmart to 10,000 trees. That's incredible. What are some of the bigger challenges? So you mentioned the freeze and some of them not being able to produce. But yeah, what are some of the bigger challenges that you face?
water. Right now it's water. Because we have wells in our farm, but sometimes the wells getting too low. And there's years that don't rain, and when it rains, that's extra water. You get better fruit, you get bigger fruit, you get more produce. But sometimes when it doesn't rain, you don't get much. And then here they're very strict with the water. Then the big dam that they have here is very strict with the water. They don't want to give water. Yeah, so
you just have to. What can you do? You can build the wells. You can pray that it'll.
Yeah, you can pray that it's just gonna rain, and God's just gonna send rain.
Gosh.
Some years, I guess, it only rained twice in the winter. Last year rained a lot. So, we thank God for last year. Yeah, last year was a good year for rain. This year looks like it's going to be a good year too, so far. Yeah.
What are some of the lessons that you've learned personally through continuing on this business and continuing to build it?
Never give up. There's always going to be ups and downs in your life, and just keep getting up and keep trying hard and do what you love.
Do you have any interesting stories of? I'm sure you meet a ton of people, and it seems like a lot of people have been in and out of this shop, like super busy, which is cool. Yeah. Do you have any interest, like just interesting stories of people that you've met, or anything that really stands out?
To be honest, no, not really. I meet a lot of people, but interesting. I meet a lot of farmers, entrepreneurs here, and I met a lot of people that we made some deals with them in the past.
What type? Like, what do you mean?
Honey. Like, there's a guy that just came to lick honey, and then later on, he said he wanted to buy thousands and thousands of jars. So it was good.
Yeah, we saw the honey right there. Yeah.
Yeah, neighbor's a beekeeper.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So whatever we grow and it's blooming, he places his beehives in those orchards, and whatever's blooming at a certain time, that's where the bees get their pollen from. So we have orange blossom, cherry and almond blossom, sage, avocado, whatever's blooming, citrus. It's amazing how bees, you can get different honeys depending on the flower and the pollen. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, but that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, most people in the world, well, let's say most people in where I'm from, they don't know where meat is coming from. Well, they know. I mean, you don't see the process,
They don't
right?
see the process when it gets to the store.
Yeah.
It goes through a lot. Yeah. You gotta pay the pickers, then you gotta box it up, then send it to the packing house, and then from there it goes to a different distributor, then it goes to the store. And it goes through inspection. By the time it gets to the store, people think that it just gets to the store just magically, They don't see the hard work that we have to go through to get it to the store. Yeah.
It'd be nice to kind of bring back to basics. I'd love to bring people. Yeah, I'm now thinking about an idea, but I'm like, how can you bring people from the business world or even teenagers, like, and come and experience, like, come work on the farm to pick, come see how the product goes from seed right up to packaging to selling. Like, I don't know, there's some experiences there that are physical that might be good to do at some point.
School teach that, but schools don't want to teach that. They just want everyone to think, you have to go to college.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I have a lot of family members that go to college, and I make 10 times more than what they make. I didn't go to college. I learned from entrepreneurs. I learned from my father. I learned from his friends. That's why I did it.
Interesting.
I do wholesale too.
What are some of the clients?
Almonds, pistachios. The wholesale for almonds, pistachios. I sell a lot to the Bay Area chocolate companies in the Bay Area.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How about online, and what kind of things do you want to do in the future?
Online.
Do you just want to? I mean, this is a big business already.
Yeah.
But are you trying? Like, what do you just want to carry on doing what you're doing? Are you trying to achieve? Introduce new products or different things over the next 5-10 years? What do you?
We're trying to introduce new products. Like right now, we're growing the white watermelon. So that's a new product that we're trying to put in the market, because we already started growing the pineapple watermelon. It's like a yellow watermelon inside. It's really good. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
No, I've never heard of that.
I have no idea what that is. How? Like, what do you mean? Like, how do you do that?
It's natural. It's just natural. Just no one grows it though.
It tastes pretty good.
Tastes good.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. We even have that pink pineapple that's right there. Have you had a pink pineapple?
No.
Well, that one we don't grow that one. That one comes from Costa Rica though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's only one farmer in the world that grows pink pineapple. It's an exotic item.
So what, you split, it's just
Eat it like a pineapple.
pink.
It's 10 times sweeter than a regular pineapple. Yeah, it's delicious.
You just slice it and it's pink colored, but it's sweet. The whole point is it's sweeter.
If we were to buy one thing from this shop, what would you recommend?
Pistachios.
Pistachios?
My dad just flavors all the nuts.
All right, we'll get some pistachios. That's cool. And
Some almonds too. Almonds are good too.
we could get some almonds. Yeah, so let me just ask, I think, maybe one last question. We ask this to everybody that's on our podcast. It's our last question. What do you think it takes to create something that has never existed before?
Just a lot of work, you know? A lot of thinking, a lot of work. Just always ask God, to help you on your journey. We all need God in our lives, That's what I think it takes.
Yeah, I love that.
Effort. Yeah.
Keep working. Anything else come to mind?
No, I think that's it.
That's a good answer.
Is your family involved? How many workers work for you?
Well, to be honest, my dad would know those answers. So I don't really go too much in the farm. I usually I usually drive, make deals, and stay here. But today I have to work in the store. I'm usually not here.
What?
Maybe it was meant to be.
And just tell us again the name of the farm.
Mercy Springs Farm.
Mercy Springs Farm. Before we get into the rest of the episode, we want to thank the partners and sponsors who made the Kiln Road Trip possible. The Kiln Road Trip is brought to you by Kiln. Kiln is a boutique co-working and flex office community with 13 locations in 6 states across the West, dedicated to providing innovative workspaces that empower your team to thrive. Whether you're a solo visionary or an enterprise-level team of up to 100, Kiln transcends being merely a place to work. It's a hub for learning and connecting with like-minded professionals that will make you and your team love where you work.
And if you haven't stepped foot inside a kiln yet, you really need to. On this road trip, we visited every single location, and trust us when we say once you see these beautifully designed spaces, meet the talented team, and connect with fellow members, you won't want to work anywhere else.
Locations include Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Oregon, California, and Arizona. And they're growing too, with multiple locations set to open in 2024.
Yeah, so be sure to check out the kiln locations nearest you by booking a tour at kiln.com and answer Swell in the question, how did you hear about us? Once you complete the tour, you'll be entered into a competition where you could win a 1-year membership, their club membership at Kiln.
Yep, you heard that. That's kiln.com, book a tour, and be sure to mention Swell in the question, how did you hear about us?
The Kiln Road Trip is also brought to you by Moterra Camper Vans, a luxury camper van rental company for iconic road trips. Their top-of-the-line vans are available at 7 locations located near America's best outdoor adventure destinations. They have consistently earned the highest customer ratings in the industry, making Moterra camper vans your gateway to adventure without sacrificing on comfort or service.
That's true, and initially we wanted to take this journey in a 1960s VW bus, but thankfully we found Moterra instead. With 3 van options, we took the Pop Top Classic, which sleeps 4 and is best for those who want to maximize floor space and storage. This was critical for us because it needed to sleep the entire crew, we needed space to edit, and we were traveling with large amounts of equipment, luggage, and other goodies that we picked up along the way.
And this van took us through all 3,580 miles of the trip. Super comfortable and sweet to drive.
And actually, Moterra offers fully planned itineraries if you'd rather leave the planning to someone else.
Visit gomoterra.com/swell. That's gomoterra.com/swell.
This episode is also brought to you by Torres. Torres is leading the charge in home energy storage. Torres makes it easy to achieve energy independence and a greener tomorrow. The Torres station provides everything you need to generate clean power, efficiently store electricity, and easily manage your energy use.
And installing a Torres station offers plenty of benefits, including save money on your electricity bill,
also ensure energy security with backup power during outages,
reduce carbon emissions with renewables.
You can also automate EV charging and HVAC systems with 100% renewables,
and enjoy unrivaled system monitoring and support.
If you like the sound of those benefits, get a quote to build your Torres station in less than 30 seconds. Super easy at Torres.co. That's torus.co. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Kiln Road Trip. Be sure to follow along on the rest of the journey, and you can do that in two ways. One, subscribe to the podcast, whether you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or maybe even watching on YouTube, and follow along on all of our social media platforms, whether you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, at the Swell Pod. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode.